Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back. I decided today I wanted to play a dating sim, so here we go. Strap yourselves in for the love stuff, cause I don't get any of that shit in my real life. Okay, do I have to like read this? I don't know. Database system online, new profile detective analyzing. Apparently.
Self-voicing enabled. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. Self-voicing disabled.
I didn't realize I meant to press space. I didn't realize that there was gonna be some robot voicing. I meant to press space, but I pressed V by accident, which enabled a voice apparently. I didn't know that was a thing. New profile, number 237771. Economic bracket, lower middle. You know what? Stop. No, I'm not, but you know. Employment category, bleak. Stop. Emotional health low. I'm being called out right now. I don't like it. Stop. Yeah, I do need premium level assistance in my love life. This is absolutely true. What? You're rejecting me? Okay, you're requesting me. Okay, cool. What? Please help. Negative, no, come back. Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium services. Please. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. I do need to restore my spirit. I honestly, it's absolutely true. Yeah. I have no will to live. Oh, this is interesting. Wait. Yo, I can. This is so cool. I thought I would be able to edit it, but I wasn't sure. Let's see. I should have thought of a name before I started recording this, but I wasn't sure if there would be like a character creation or not. So I forgot. And then I was messing with my audio levels, which are probably still not great. Let's see. I don't know, maybe I like Ari. Maybe I like the name. Cater, Sater? Whatever. You know what? Let's see. I love this. If the mere existence of pronoun options cheeses you off, you probably won't like this game. You know what? I use all pronouns in my real life. When people ask me, if they ask me about my pronouns, I say I use all. But you know, I do like a they them every once in a while, so I think I'm gonna do that. Short, 100%. That is actually me in real life. I'm pretty white. Oh god. Oh god, that looks so yellow. I'm trying to think of what my tone actually is. I think it might be that one. I'm not like super white, but I'm also not like, oh god, yeah, that's so. You know what? Is it this one? Or this one? I don't know. Dude, It's definitely in this range. These are too extreme for me, in terms of the undertones. I'm a very, like, kind of a more neutral undertone. I'm putting too much thought into this. At first I thought it was this, and then I saw this, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm putting too much. Feel like I'm in between these, but whatever. It's summer. I go to the beach sometimes. I do put suntan lotion on because, like, or sunscreen rather, because I don't want skin cancer. So I definitely do. I don't tan as much as I used to because I'm actually using sunscreen. Like, you should in your everyday life, people. You should use sunscreen. I have a dark brown hair with white because I'm fucking old. No, I'm 30, but like I have a lot of white hair, unfortunately. This is very much my clothing aesthetic, actually. Okay. I am a fan of orange, so why does this work so well? Let's see. It's too much brown. I got too much brown going on in my life. Let's see. Character creation, do you find this fun? I hope you do. That is too bright. I don't know what I'm doing. That is too much. Help. Help me. I'm going to die. You know what? Maybe the gray was the best, like, option going on here. Hey, I do kind of like that, actually. Whatever. Fuck it. Sure. Me. Yes. It's accurate. Kind of. For the most part, it's accurate. Yeah, I've been activated. For, yeah, my hopes and dreams are rest in the hands. Yep. Cool. Can we move on? Thank you. Don't use drugs, by the way. Unless it's marijuana. That's fine. The future. It is the future. Year 20XX, whatever that's supposed to mean. A dark era, I guess. Sad. In which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Yeah. Okay. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year, 20XX, is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars. What? Not flying car? Oh, come on. It's the only thing we look forward to in the future, is flying cars. Smartphones, pro gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date I've had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesperson, and lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kitties peeing in the pool is pretty much a consistent thing, trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Oh yeah, that looks way too accurate. What the fuck? Actually, this for me would actually be a clean apartment. It's been a lot worse. Behold, my quaint little apartment. Can't complain, really. It's paradise, in a relative sense. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most in my family tree. Or at least I was. Before today.
You got fired from another job? Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
The horrified looking young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend Juniper. Juniper is the only one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, like, you know, today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about this. I'm upset. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Are they not gonna... They're not gonna voice her anymore? They were, like 2 seconds ago. Because you actually enjoyed that job more than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelly socks at the very least. I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. It's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean the community center literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever. We'll just get another job. Any job will do as long as we can make rent, right? Wrong! I saw how mopey and tired you were coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day, sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that?
Okay, now, so I guess they're going in and out of voicing this character, which is kind of confusing to me, and I don't like it.
I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting, this is about you. My mind's made up. We're going to find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of class to give a speech and I forgot to put on my pants and your dream job. Oh, of course. I don't know, Juniper, I've never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it.
Oh, hey, I think I got just the thing to help you out. Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun right. Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs. Ones with less socks and or urine. I'll think about it. Okay, but don't think too long, right? In the end, I installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying. I mean, it's more than she has enough trouble with her life, without troubling herself over my life too. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me, and my problems. Bless her heart. She means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life, the two of us, against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled, no. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense in messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right. No dreams, no nightmares. Just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time the morning light leaked in through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she left a note for me, pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. So, moment of truth. Do I trust Juniper's weird little app, or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? I've been doing some weird stuff in my life recently. Been doing some like unconventional things, trying some weird shit, like moving 9 hours. So, you know, I like to switch things up a bit. Give the jar a little shake, the jar of life. Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help me find a job, I loaded up, tapped the icon, and huh? Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anybody else would freak over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me, I went, huh. Also, it's one of those new kind of 3D screens, so, you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future, year 20XX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach. This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime?
God damn it. I was thinking of getting a pizza tonight too. God damn it.
Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
Shut up! No!
Thank you for subscribing to...
Excuse you? This app has already stirred me wrong. But
I'm here to help with your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
pretty tall order for an app to do. Or are you some sort of wish-granting genie? Well, I need to find a new voice for her. Well, I suppose in the modern parlance? Yeah. Well, I suppose in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn before my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of. Honest.
Hooray!
That's super! I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Sure, why would I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already had a voice-activated assistant AI. I can just say, "Hey phone, search the web for job listings," and it'll work just as well. Ah, but I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program with more heart. I can help you support your life out of... I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent-pending, super-duper identity identifier system. Between you and me, they really wanted a acronym that matched my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Would you like to know more? Sure. Give me the sales pitch. Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way you can be the sort of person you want to be. This system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your response to people. Quirky, steady, kindly, gusty, and basically. Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y. That's correct. My branding game is on point. Quirky responses using jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of a situation. Just the thing for picking up someone's spirits. But a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground, but that might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy. Gusty responses go with your gut. Or gusty? Gutsy. Oh my god, I'm dumb. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. But it also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safe moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you. So, what you're saying is I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy? Oh, well, I'd never speak basically. I mean, being basic's bad, right? It sounds bad.
Nope.
Heck no, they're all useful. In the right context, there are no bad choices. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Now, let's see my patent-pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about dad jokes? I fucking love dad jokes. Hi jokes, I'm dad. Seriously? Seriously? Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I could go for them. So now you've seen the identity indicators in action. Do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making, it's up to you. I'd like to use them, thank you. Okay, you'll see indicators in all their glorious color. What if I'm colorblind? That's why you're also uniquely shaped icons. Don't worry, I got your back. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Work.
Will you look at that? Such a strong personality. You asked me a single question. Off to a great start, I'd say. And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a bit. Anyway, studies show that achievements or achievos, as the kids say. Encourage app engagement. Engagement. Okay, well, what's the empty space on the left? Ah! I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there. Relationship scores. Wonderful. So will you also tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to go find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life? Ari, you're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you're deliberately and repeatedly provoking them. And it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't hurt anything. No cheating needed. Just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime you like with the Q key, or click on the score in the upper right corner of the screen. And that's everything. Ta-da! Okay, but how is any of that supposed to help me get a job? What? I only downloaded this app because my roommate claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will tracking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine will do that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts. Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule.
Oh, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Romance? Seriously? Seriously. Often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating. Well, that's a recipe for disaster, and hitting on your coworkers right from day one can be kind of awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? Oh, I thought this was I didn't realize this was my inner thoughts. Wrong voice. How do you want to handle this new opportunity? Right. Now I'd rather focus on finding a career. Any sweet loving can come later. If I feel like it. That's fine. I'm sure as you get to know people better, romance will eventually bloom. Or not. It's up to you, really. Now, let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata. Aha! I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm going to wake up in a bathtub by missing a kidney. Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor.
Command or file name?
Or were you being sarcastic? Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Another one for Juniper recommendation. Here, just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18th time's the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
It's not a bad jam. Wait, oops. I'm just like not pressing the spacebar. I'm just jamming. So, do I just stand here or?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes. Nicer than those, please. I don't think that's too much to ask. What? For your interview, silly, you want to look your best. But we just... How did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now, get a move on. Tut tut. You need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus, and that's 9 minutes away. Well, this is happening. But do I have a chance to get off this runaway train? Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could... I'm feeling a little crazy. A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there rather than hop a bus to meet up with what they're very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. But me, I was already getting dressed before she'd finished that last sentence. It's not that I believed the silly app's claims that serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another chop shop or a shoe shop at the best. But well, okay, this is obviously completely ridiculous. A personality quizzing app is going to solve all my life's problems. Yeah, and I'm a Nigerian prince with $1 million. But it'll satisfy Juniper's whimsy to see this through, and when it crashes and burns, it'll make for an amusing story to tell people. I resolved myself to accept inevitable disappointment, smile on the face of my usual fate, and look for jobs in the paper later tomorrow. And as I came to realize weeks later, the amazing story I'd be telling people wasn't to be one of the failure. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building. Although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 19XX, places where a modern assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into a tight-paced space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called The Whole Story, a arcade, and a fast food joint, and a boarded-up health spa once called Lattes and Animals. What the fuck? Yeah, that doesn't sound right. What'd you think? I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. No, I mean about your future place of work. I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, or I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly. What? Behind the arcade? It is the arcade? Huh? Trust me on this. I referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job. My dream job. Really?
99.97%.
I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses with entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs. 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one up to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down or failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always as popular though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1908X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's fad toy, like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of those factors could have been a terrible game based on kids' movies, about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overpriced, it ruined video games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevails. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Or are arcades vanished points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. But make no mistakes, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep me for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no, it's an interesting prospect, but I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job though? Satisfying but short-lived. This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, 15 years? Huh. I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her
My
homework.
sources say yes.
Trust me, I said I was 99.97% sure I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to think to be the warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need. Right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, what makes you think that's going to happen? Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try it? I open my mouth to protest and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. Still had to try. But this was a joke, right? I mean, I assumed it was all a joke, but when I left my house this morning, I figured I'd have a wacky experience, fail miserably, and then get back to my not-so-funny tragic life story by lunchtime. And yet there was something to this, wasn't there? Something I couldn't quite laugh off so easily. So I opted to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. It's early in the morning on a weekday. It's not too packed with gamers. Although it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat! Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. A lot of vintage stuff here, from the looks of it. Really all old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things, maybe it's karaoke or dancing, a Japanese import.
My sources say yes.
Checking. That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa. Is that seriously Mr. Mopey's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. 2 genres I was utterly lousy at. That was a weird accent. 2 genres I was utterly lousy at. Last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk and offers a wrinkly smile.
Hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first two words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
I like that they make a beeping noise for the X's, like it's a swear word or something. A magical space fairy or something that lives in my phone told me to come here and find my dream job. Hello! I'm the magical space fairy, apparently. I half expected her to send me packing. Pretty impulsive of me to talk about Iris like that, but she took it in stride.
My oh my.
I had to do the voice for her too. What they can do with the technology these days. I really do marvel at what amazing things young people have in 20XX. Although I'd simply love to take a sledgehammer to those blasted video game consoles that eat at my bottom line. What? What? She said with such a kind-hearted and warm smile.
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Fun. Get it?
Bro,
Actually,
she owns the place.
Thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband.
R.I.P.
Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Well, at least it was peacefully. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with
What?
me.
Bro. Bro. Francine! Calm down! I don't need to know this. That information when I needed to not know. Thank you. It's information I needed to know. Yep. And you are? Ari Sader, ma'am. Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry on out there. I'd carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyway? Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and the boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow. Well, now that's faster than the others. Not bad. So, shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Francine leads me down a back hallway, past public restrooms, and into a door marked employees only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Okay. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's been too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is I'm confident, prepared, and ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Okay. Maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem. Go with the flow. Let's do this. I mean, pterodactyls can be kind of chill. Like, they're like chill, but they can also be aggressive. Like brontosauruses, they're like constantly chill. They're like never aggro. So like, maybe? I've always wanted to be a bird, so... Wait, no. All dinosaurs are basically birds. Let me rephrase. I've always wanted to be a flying bird, so pterodactyls swooping around, catching updrafts, and staying way away from meat eaters. Really? How exciting! Even if technically speaking, pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs. What?
What's your favorite snack?
Snack? If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos, always tacos, but snacks?
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Pizza bagels! I'd say pizza bagels when pizza's on a bagel, and you can have... Hush you. Calm now, dear. I don't have all day. After giving it a good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? This. I'm not picky, really. Whatever calls to me most is what I choose. Whatever it's flaming hot Cheetos or gummy bears. Very interesting. I see you go with the flow, a team player. It's kind of my thing. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Next question. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Oh, she's a conspiracy theorist. Is this interview real, or is this a dream? As I look into Francie's dampan expression, I know she's 130% serious. I wouldn't say that's completely accurate towards me, but like, I'm definitely not gonna be a doctor. But also, I feel like I would try my best. I would like not get eaten on day one at least, at the very least. I'm essentially MacGyver. I can make anything out of a string, a match, and a screwdriver. Essentially, if what you want is a screwdriver wrapped in a burning string, good, well, we'll need someone to build makeshift defenses and think quickly in case we get surrounded. An inevitable brain is always a critical role in every inventive brain is always a critical role in any survival. One more thing.
Why are you here?
Why am I here? The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to the career planning that takes me off guard. I told you the magical space fairy, my phone sent me here to find a job.
You're seeking a job, true? But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks.
Can I work at the Funplex too? This sounds great.
Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be fair, when it comes to a job, I want a paycheck, but I also want to not hate my life. What I'm looking for in a workplace is money, but also to not want to die. I'm not very picky, but yet it's very hard to find. To be honest, I didn't have anything better to do, and I thought it'd be funny. No way I'd say that out loud, though. As strange as this job interview has been, I'm getting a glimmer of hope that maybe something to this. Let's put all jokes aside and actually think this through. I feel like my life's been in a rut for over a decade now. I don't mind, not really. I can go with the flow, but another decade of that, too? Nah. I need to take a risk and try something totally new. Everybody's been pushing me to find a job that's more than a job, just like you're saying. Is this a job, my dream? I don't know, but I have to try. I have to take a gamble, or I'll never get anywhere. Not to say I'm overly impulsive. I worked as a lifeguard recently. You have to be sharp and ready to act, but with a cool head. I can do that for your Funplex too. That perks her attention. Oh my, rather serious occupation that. An unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work. Which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life even here. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate, like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me to the back of the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mystery job I'd accepted really involved. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk.
How marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Ari. Sitting here? You mean sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes? I glance at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, 4 prizes at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin lately, trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dollars down someone's throat. Poor dear. He just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I have no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me. Okay then. Adjusting my seating on the semi-comfortable stool leaning against the desk beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I completely lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids attain toys that could become nostalgic memories for years to come, right? Any minute now. I crave the sweet embrace of death. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now and nobody's walked up to obtain a novelty Funplex shot glass or a colored pencil set or a light up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching, and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I could start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope. Just walking right on by me, his head buried and reading some sort of spreadsheet of his tablet. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado, in fact. Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in an arcade, he's as sharp like a linoleum knife. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute. Are you exactly?
Self-voicing enabled.
That's not what I wanted.
Self-voicing disabled.
I apologize. What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? Bro! Oh my god. You know, if I wasn't so shy, I would definitely go for this one, but like, I would probably be more of this one? Though I would like combine the first part of this one and that one. Be like, I'm the new hire, pleased to meet you, I'm Ari. Instead of being like, hey, this is who I be. Let's see. I am Frenchie. I had some work done. God damn it. Oh, man. Bruh. I want to so bad. Okay. Why, I am Frenchie dear. The wonders of plastic surgery.
I think not.
Out. Now. Kidding! I'm Ari. She hired me to work the desk. I'm her grandson's replacement. He doesn't look pleased with me jerking him around like that, but nods in satisfaction anyway.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work that desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian? And loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So she's explained the job to you, giving you the papers to sign. She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me.
That would
Gavin Cooper.
This be Gavin
The
Cooper.
business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Oh, I like the voices of this. Right, so you no doubt guessed you'd be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that? You're the floor attendant. You attend to the floor. What? The carpets?
Seriously?
The floor, the arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm particularly busy in the back office making sure the whole thing doesn't fall into bankruptcy. That's why Frenchie loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I'm not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. You're a corner, at least, if things go south. You tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently got a stack of them on the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. Have you ever worked a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales? Smelly socks? You have no idea. Right. Well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't. I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi. In that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Frenchie. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Understood? It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I've worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Managing stress in difficult situations, even in life or death ones, is something I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly. Good. I like to hear that. You can handle yourself and exercise good judgment. You'll last a hell of a lot longer than the last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards. Bro, can Gavin tell me his workout routine? He's fucking yoked.
I take it Francine told you her theory. That this is more than just a job. More than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong. For one reason or another. Me? I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So,
ouch.
You find some value in this path beyond your salary, and you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
Hell yeah, baby! I am a model employee, to be fair. I am. I mean, I can get, a little bit, if people ain't making problems for me, I'm not making problems for anybody else. But, let's see. Sure. You won't have any issues with me. I'm a solid worker. It's satisfied. Thank you. I suppose that's a good starting point. We can build from there. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but But since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around. That would be accurate, but you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway. It'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? Haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through the door there. The one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now, Gavin heads in the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. If Frenchie's really taking a nap back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. My first coworker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance. Anyway, I should go meet the next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned, although I could swear Frenchie and I were the only ones here until now. A double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe, leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and a funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only in a myth and a legend. A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-styled monitor. Huh. Didn't realize they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in. Too busy soldering. Soldering? It's probably soldering. Whatever. Capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. That's not healthy. Excuse me? For a lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Unfortunately, the shock's not quite that intense. Oh, hi.
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
She said with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Ari Sater. I'm the new floor attendant starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops.
Throws a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. No wonder I didn't notice until now she was so lifeless. Nah. This room is right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. The heavy door is closed behind me. I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first notice is her smile. Even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board, even when laser focused, she was smiling happily.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Right. She helps me lift the large coupled ray tube. I don't know me not knowing what some English words are. Slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back to the other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards that are largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside of one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, a couple large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor. I'll admit, I didn't know much of anything about how arcade games tick. I figured it was packed full of circuits and things. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks. It could be it could be packed in tighter, like a bar top or a cocktail cab. I'd say upright's favorite form over functionality.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means a empty base. Japanese candy caps are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile, not that a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing like it's a fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Oh, I love the Midway Classic style. Look at those sharp angles. The side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what and the what and the what artwork? At the side, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip across the top, the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive all of it is? Working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well... the way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, it's a box of wooden circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff. I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and of course the game itself. All part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or on a game console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good! Naomi lights up with joy, like a pinball machine, all twinkling and shiny.
Woohoo!
Finally! Some few people really understood the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great! Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin? Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, well... don't get me wrong, I can get along with him generally, but his whole attitude is just... oh. All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd got the whole place. If anyone's gonna ruin the funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me that whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument that a new person really shouldn't get involved with. And yet, I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. I'm conflicted between this one and this one. Don't wrap the book. Don't wrap the book. I don't know what to do. I don't know, dude. Like, certain situations, I would do both. I don't know, shit. So, what's there to do that's fun around here?
What?
Play games. It's a funplex. Literally a plex of fun. Right? I knew that. Sorry. I always ask awkward non-questions when I'm, No! I should apologize. You just started here and I'm dumping workplace gossip on you. That's mean of me. I try to stay cheerful really, no matter what. But try and succeed are different words. Anyway, don't worry about it. Gavin's my problem, not yours. Right. Let's get back to work, shall we? Now, for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of person. Hell yeah, baby! Well, a strong person at least. Hey! I'm strapping. Well, you're a person. Bitch. I'm semi-insulted then. Okay, let's get to it. Right. A little to the left. Now. My left. My left! You're right. Careful. Now, forward, right, correct. I mean, not turn to the right. Keep it coming. Keep going. And there, carefully. Tip it into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box sliding into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy enough, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But the work's done. She's all smiles again. Okay, I'm glad to be done with that one. I swear, I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes is finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback. But thanks for helping me out, Ari. I think you're gonna do great here. Happy to... Oh. Oh, right. Stomach growling. Food required, except I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Now, I'm just talking here, but if you had pizza on a bagel... Shh. Hey. So any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo wub sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. I know. Wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying back from her hidey hole. Lunchtime! Here you go. She presses a box lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom. She learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What do you have for lunch then? Oh, I can just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit the whole story next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important.
See ya.
See you after lunch! I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go get some junk food instead. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Frenchie's ideals for this arcade. She's got a love for those games, and it shows. Giving me her lunch? Me? A total stranger. That's a kindness I don't know if I deserve. But I appreciate it all the same. So, the bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute, and hopefully plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my lunch on. Hey, so, I'm gonna save this. And, yeah. I'm gonna, I'll see you next time. Oh, jeez, that's my mom.